life now. It's the heart that will bring us into a new earth.
Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the Know Thyself podcast, where every single week we get the opportunity and privilege to sit down with a brilliant mind and open heart to learn more about ourselves and the world around us at deeper and deeper levels. My guest today is an entrepreneur, an author, a
Part of the major reason we're here.
Luckily, I have Latale audio and computer audio.
Here is to learn how to know who we are, to remember who we are. If there were any time desire to be born in, it's not to revolution. Old and new stand side by side, and the energies of all men are surged by fear and by hope. And when the historic glories of the old can be compensated by the responsibilities of the new, it's to have context. It's kind of mind-blowing. It's almost like a Mandela effect in reverse. My feminine aspect came out through the expression of art. That's when my heart opened up in ways that I never thought or that I thought would be acceptable. And it turned out to be the most beautiful aspects of my life now. It's the heart that brings us into a new earth.
Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the Know Thyself podcast, where every single week we get the opportunity and privilege to sit down with a brilliant mind, heart, to learn more about ourselves and the world around us at deeper and deeper levels. My guest today is an entrepreneur, author, a polymath across many sciences and arts, and you guys are familiar with him because he is one of the very first few repeat guests on the show, and the first podcast that we did with him, one of the biggest episodes we've ever done, approaching a million views on YouTube, and it's so amazing to see the outpour of love and impact from that episode, and I am excited to continue the rest of the years of this EXPerince podcast to dive deeper and deeper into conversation into the well of wisdom that is the man, Robert Brandon.
Thank you so much.
Studio this time.
It has the same vibe as you.
Yeah, that was the goal. Of course, makes it's the vibe I like. Well, as you are in this conversation, I'm looking forward to diving into Gnosticism, into the Kabbalion, into the Vedic principles, and where I want to actually start with, which is on brand for the show, is what do you do to know thyself? What do you think of this question?
So, it was Socrates. It's probably the most famous saying. It's difficult. It's actually hard to change.
Jesus Christ.
extends to your entire sphere.
We are in the bigger context what you're speaking. And so on the journey of knowing thyself, it's really the process of realizing, remembering these different perspectives on the journey to be called enlightenment. So I would love for you to share your perspective on that word, because just like God, I feel like it's something that is used in so many different contexts and is very tainted with many different.
Yeah. So, wow, you're really going for the. Let's start off strong.
Start off strong here.
Enlightenment to me, I had this epiphany. I went through kind of a difficult time a few weeks back, and every time we have a difficult time, trigger opportunity in that, start to recognize that the universe doesn't have to happen. Then I have to ask myself the question: it's just a reflection inside of me, my unconscious aspects. Then I have to ask myself the question: why did I choose what I chose when I go through a difficult situation? Then that changed the context of everything. What am I here to learn? And as I was contemplating this existence, because I was noticing around me was seemingly getting kind of strange with the numbers. We've probably all noticed this to a certain extent, right? It's like, wow, how did everything get so bizarre? It just seems like, now I was just watching this thing where the government whistleblower that was saying that she went to work for the administration and went to work in the border patrol and to help all these children. And then she realized that the U.S. government was actually complicit in this sex trafficking scheme, and she was testifying on this to Congress. And I was just watching it on C-SPAN. It was not supposed to be sort of a partisan thing, and she's actually a Democrat. So I was starting to think to myself, why is it that all these super strange fringe aspects are showing up in the world around me? And I realized that the reason it's still showing up in the world around me is because largely I've stopped judging the other things. And these are the things that are still left that I'm still judging. So that's what happens. We attract everything we judge until we judge what we attract. So when the world starts to get strange, it's because it's like we're talking about the fringes now, that we're not conscious that we're still judging. So for me, my life has been a series of collecting of facts. And I thought, I'll collect this fact here, and I'll take this fact and it's there, and I'll travel all around the world, and I'm going to understand as much as I can, collect as many facts as I can, and be like a guy that's going to be on Alex Trebek's, trivia type show. And then I realized that what I had been collecting was not actually facts, but more like facets. Which better judge of the situation, whatever the situation was. I prided myself on good decisions in business, I prided myself on decisions in relationships, I prided myself on being pragmatic, I prided myself on all these things that I decided my persona should be. And our persona just means our mask. That's the Latin word for mask. And so, as I kind of looked at all of those things, and I started saying to myself, okay, maybe the search that I was on for seeking perfection and seeking truth, and objective truth, there must always be some objective truth. Maybe only truism, or the only whole truth, can be the sum of all possible subjective perspectives of that truth, because I realized that transition from fact to facet. And as I realized that, I started thinking, well, maybe that's the entire background.
Bro, I'm
this
completely satisfied.
And that backdrop being one of
Completely.
because of scarcity, because of time, because of all the things. There's always a clock on what we're doing. Right? and time is the ultimate duality.
I'm streaming on YouTube. This is my second Latale YouTube stream.
So I started thinking to myself, what if the transcendence of duality is actually realizing that the sum of all possible perspectives is the only possible truth? Then you have to ask yourself the question, why would that be? Why are we here to experience all these different facets of a present? I started thinking to myself, that's the process. It's some hidden story or some hidden gem right behind it. That's the gem right behind it. It's love itself. The universe itself is a phylum. Phylum is the universe expands through our eyes, expands through our unique perspectives. The last podcast we did, you asked me at the very end another tough question. What's the most valuable thing in the universe? And I said, you are. Because each of us has a unique perspective to add to the universe. It allows the universe to observe itself through our unique
I don't need it done.
information pockets, our unique eyes
But-
of perspective, our unique eyes of experiential.
Can you hear me? Hello?
There
Oh,
will
no,
never
no,
be
no.
another.
Never, I know you
Never
can.
existed yet, never has existed in the past.
I wanna run something right quick. Alone. I don't know what I want to run though. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. We're about to limit tests.
And as a result, I started thinking maybe enlightenment is really just when the expression of love flows from our hearts, supersedes and exceeds the desire that we have for that one objective truth. That's what we've achieved enlightenment. I fundamentally believe that. I'm not saying that love supersedes truth. I'm saying that the only truth that exists is the love behind all.
Mic drop. I would actually take your mic off and drop it for you if I could. Just because I fully resonate with my own personal journey of earlier on, identifying very much as a truth seeker as well, like looking for those facts, and even as we dive into different avenues of truth and perspectives in its own very conversation podcast today, which to understand how the laws of reality work, how within the realm of duality we can understand certain principles that allow us to become a more skilled navigator of the whole game. That process of enlightenment can also be perceived as when you get to the place where there's no space within your reality that the light of your awareness can't touch. It's when we've been able to go on that journey of releasing and letting go of so many false events that we thought we were, that we actually, our awareness, to have access to our inherent reality, it's connected to it. So I just love that perspective of facts, but for the facets, and that divinity has kind of separated itself to Andre's and Robertness, because in that process we get to experience the different flavors of divinity expressing itself.
It's so real. I mean, just it's like the realization that to myself just for the purpose of to experience myself to experience you as a concept, as an archetype of a young man who's hardworking and wants to help the world and wants to raise consciousness. So then you manifest in my world. And you are a reflection of the type of people that I'm associating with. Now, what's happening in my life now? It's irrevocable. It is absolutely shifted because there's a shift that's happening inside me. This is where being change the approach to seeing. And there's no my entity doesn't end with my persona. entire universe is mental. Then what about limitations? They're only mental. We are literally living in the prison of our own bounded belief systems. So the only obstacles that are real in this life are the ones we continue to persistently believe. And then you realize that you've been through massive change by going within. Becoming that one. 70% of ourselves. I don't mean narcissism. Narcissism is actually a step, and a lot of people get upset when I say this because they don't understand what I believe. I've often said that narcissism is really kind of a step in the awakening process. And people are like, how's that? Narcissists can't feel empathy. That's kind of the point, right? But at a certain stage, the narcissist wakes up, realizes this isn't working for me. It's awful. Yes. I don't mean that there's sometimes people that would say that they are awakened or they themselves as woke. If they still harbor judgments against themselves or others harshly, then they're not really awakened. Right? True awakened beingness is going to always come along with love and that's how you'll know.
I was just having this conversation actually last night with my mom and sister who are in town, and we're just feeling into whatever people believe, like the possibility of why my sister and I chose parents if we chose them. And
you're pretty lucky, by the way. I just got to meet your mom. I didn't meet your sister.
I am very lucky. Yeah, it's like the perspective, really macro, why my soul and choose the parent that sort of challenges growing up. How else would you cultivate? You're not like shown and given opportunities where you normally develop strength if you're not given resistance. And so for us to be able to
before you come into this realm of the game, what your zodiac even get to choose the friends that you have, and even the people that are going to betray you. The most important things you're choosing are the list of things you want to learn and expand. And just as you said, the weightlifter needs to tear the muscle to strengthen the muscle. You're going to want to go after Everest eventually. You're going to want to go after Kilimanjaro. You might even want to take on El Capitan. Start thinking in that context and you realize, I'm not going to put the easiest things in my life. Because it's like when I went to college, I didn't really study in college, to be honest. I did well in school, but I didn't really study in college. When I went to graduate school, I studied. Because I was like, who am I kidding? Who am I going to hurt by going study for? Only me. I'm spending all this money to be at this important time in my life to be in grad school. I might as well study my butt off and really feel like I accomplished something. And then I got real value. I think it's exactly the same thing. So if we choose on our menu of things to learn, right, and this will be the exact same in this game. It's life, right? And is kind of this villain that it's a villain. Longer judge, great act. It's great. So that's the only way. If you get to the stage where you're not even judging the act, you probably have to provide forgiveness for it. Then you have transmuted. That's a much higher level of transmutation. It's no longer trick. This is very Buddhistic. A lot of this, like the Taoist, but fundamentally, that's what I'm saying. If I unconditional love, I'll experience attachment conditional until
Right there.
So how there's this
It's not best to use it.
substrate.
I don't know. It's good. I need to do something that pushes me, you know? And I know where that place is.
So much to
I've got to turn the custom.
Special link below in the description. First 500.
Alright, let's do it. So test this out. Let's go. Oh shit. I can get out of like any situation now. And it slows. It slows. Uh oh. I can do this, and then this, and I can just leave. Look at that. Bro, that shit is amazing. Do you know how to make this more OP? Let it add to your combo. If this added to your combo, bro, it would be exactly what this class needs. And this class don't need much. What the fuck? Why didn't it come out? Bro, I have a summon. Holy shit. Wow.
One of the implications. So, Enoch was a man.
Oh man, I thought we were talking about dash LOL.
Huh? Oh, celerity. Whoops, I'm sorry. Fuck. I blocked right as I died.
Red is Hermes. And I would say that, one of the things that I think people have a hard time sometimes wrapping their brains around related to Thoth. He was known as a god of weights and measures. So there had to be some constants in this matrix simulation. One of those constants is actually our units of measure. We think they're arbitrary. They're not at all arbitrary. They're all related to mathematical constants that have been around since the very, very beginning. Even the use of the mile. This is why the harmonic numbers of the mile measurements give us an 864,000 mile diameter for the sun and 2,160 diameter. That allows us to measure 400 times the size of the distance from Earth. All of these power, which is 7 times 2. All of those numbers, those 3, 2 numbers, all give us all the harmonic numbers that populate all of our scales of music and everything.
I always found 108 and 30.
108 is one of them, right? So 432, right, would be into the third power, and then you're going to basically.
Uh-oh. Fuck!
16.
I was trying to use a skill that was on cooldown.
You just 64, you've got the speed of light. 1.864 times 10 to the 5th power in miles is the speed of light per second. So this is this beautiful matrix that is hidden in plain sight. Literally hidden in plain sight. If you ever take a step back and look at our solar system, colors of the planets in the solar system. Take the water off, what color Earth be? Planets in the solar system. such a trip, right? It's like one little shift like that, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, it's all realize it's all features of mind. Then you can really comport and put all these pieces together. Understand what is it? It's trying to learn. In your incarnations, if you go back into that knowledge, one separates itself into many, doesn't have to filter yourselves. Simply for the joy of it. And soften the presence.
Ooh.
And, 2,000 feet, it's like, if you fall at 50 feet, you fall at 2,000 feet, you're still dead, right? It's like, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
it's like
the radius of the splatter.
But that's right. But somehow, when you're up there on the side of the mountain and you see a helicopter show up because somebody fell, that scares the Jesus out of you, I can tell you. I was like all of a sudden shaking on that side, and I'm like, I don't want to fall, I don't want to fall. And you see these little pins that are holding you in the side up there, you're like, how could this really be the thing that's holding me up here? Like, seriously, I was like scared shitless. But let's say you fell. You were going to take the helicopter. And maybe the radius of splat was small, maybe it was whatever, but you fell. I can judge you and say, what the hell?
My triggers don't work. I have to restart the game.
That's just
Copy that.
So at the end, or at the end, as well as during translation. And a lot of people like to put this as, oh, that was just a channeling. Well, that's the thing. And people that know channelings, it just resonates for them. And if it doesn't resonate for you, then it's not for you. It's like,
Don't hear as much of this.
what's it saying, right? It's like, that's the weird thing. It's like that wasn't the original translation. That was lost, okay? That's what they did. That's what this whole thing is about. But
So in the living mind, it's like life is intelligent. Y'all know this. There's this living intelligence.
I'll be right back.
yeah, it's
I'm ready. There's really nothing waiting for me at 4K except a new weapon. And that weapon is supposedly not all that good. So now I'm just like, why was I so excited to get to 4K?
concept of it. It's very Egyptian. Since 90 meters higher, down. And one of the so when you think about it from the perspective of the universe as a whole, that means that tripping is rough, or most recent Nobel Prize this year given, basically stating that local realism is false. That means if you're not observing something, it doesn't have a position. It doesn't have a position. It exists. It's only a potential. Extreme physicists are acknowledging this concept of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle in a new way that is being accepted. You haven't noticed physics right now is kind of falling apart. It's falling apart. It still happens. Back in the catastrophe.
Oh, this is what I get. I didn't mean to go in here. This is not where I want to go. That's my bad. I thought this was the other dungeon. If I leave, does it save? Can you hear anything I'm saying? Cause I asked like 3 questions. Did you hear my question? I don't think you've answered like 1 question yet. Okay, gotcha. Those are, oh, a bill? Okay. Is one today on the account? I'll take that as a yes. It is a count. Yeah, it's a count. Fuck it. What are you doing right now? Like, besides helping me.
box. Invoice with Josh.
And I can
Okay, that explains it.
the first things you can do to raise your is just so if gratitude is the
What is this, Skylar? Oh, go play Helldivers. I don't need this. I don't need this. That's why I said it wasn't important. I don't need the help. I was just fuck it.
So beautiful. This understanding what's so valuable about being polymath that has such a depth and so many things that you can create and synthesize such a beautiful understanding across those fields. They are all correlated. Kabbalion starts with a statement that the lips of wisdom are closed except for the ears of understanding.
if the lips of wisdom are sealed, except to understanding. That's a powerful statement. What did you feel?
Well, there's a couple things. One was actually the possible futility of sharing wisdom like this to people who are not ready to hear it, and how it actually can be detrimental to apply knowledge in this nature. Students ready to it's like when we're ready to actually be exposed to mind is when it is exposed to and to the first the cosmic game starts to build slowly to the next levels. So that's kind of what resonates with me. It also goes into the second principle of correspondence. Very key here to see that every physical manifestation has its non-physical counterpart. That you look at a tree, for example, and you see the branches, just as is love so below, since are a mirror to that surface. And I think that can be a powerful catalyst to see and realize.
I think I get more EXP for questing right now than I do. I mean, I'm sorry. I think I get more EXP from doing EXP dungeons than I do with, you know, those dungeons. At this point, I think I just want to test it out though.
So, what I find like the most is imagine if we cannot see all these colors on the soil of the earth. certain microwave frequencies. It's all just different frequencies. I can see how the entire universe is. What will take again the light that I'm seeing in the face. These are not the photons. I'm actually wait that it works as an image. Actually, upside down. My brain is correcting photons that I'm perceiving. Correspondence rate by studying realizing that it's like when you think that the universe started, like, I don't know if you saw it yet, or the existential crisis. Out, right? Joe Rogan. I had already read it. He said, "Oh, now they think that this is twice as much. So it's 27, not 13.7." And right. Let's just change this. Like another 13 million. Not a big deal, right? It just goes to show you we have no fucking clue. Right, and I hate to say that, but you know, it's kind of funny. There was at least a thesis behind the 13.7 billion. It was related to kind of Boltzmann constant and related to fine structure and all that other stuff. It comes along to that 137. But what is interesting now is that we get so stuck in this belief system, such a limited viewpoint and perspective. As soon as you have an expanded perspective, dynamics. What is it? Maybe because there's only one element that goes through. They're simply mirror reflections across something. So we sit right in the center of 10 to the first power. Right? The average height of a man on Earth right now is the golden ratio in meters. 1.618 meters, about 5'4". Right? That's the average height for a human being today on Earth.
Really? It's shorter than
It's yeah, they're not all industrialized nations, so there's some countries that have much more people. You have to take the average height of women too. So it's not just men; it's the average of all humanity today.
I had to restart my game.
Look at that. You say, wait,
I can't switch tabs.
1.618
New controller.
is the average height of humanity for men and women just across the board. And then if we go to 10 to the 10th power, right, or 10 to the 15th power, then we're at the scale of a solar system. If we go 10 to the negative 15th power, we're at the scale of a hydrogen atom.
micro, macro.
Micro, macro.
Yeah.
So well, wait. So then physicists keep saying, well, we got to go to the muons and the lepton scale, right? Much smaller. We're going to go to quarks. And every time they go to another layer, they find another three things. Right? Proton, electron, neutron. We don't want to call it proton, electron, neutron. We just have to give it a new name. Because someone else has to get the naming right to it. Right? So then you just keep going further and further down. And actually, it would just be the same thing to go clustering up. So we've got solar systems that then go to galaxies, and galaxies that go galactic clusters, and galactic clusters. And now they're talking about a multiverse. It's the same thing in a self-similar cycle as a fractal over and over and over again, both directions. So that at the scale of 10 to the negative 60th power and 10 to the 60th power for the universe. There's 120, 10 to the 120 power, there's a difference between those two scales. You start to realize that the universe is all connected. You can see how this just becomes a fractal of expression that keeps replicating through its reflection.
Smallest scale, very down macrocosm universes. Multiverse potentially. Everything understanding how that we are expression. All the 7 principles that we're using for benevolent purposes as well. My bump into it. It's just bad vibes. You're like,
You want me to bring
hold
the
on, what's up
milk
with
down
that?
or later?
Right, that doesn't match.
Canes.
Look at when you come into a room and you bring vibration with you, everyone feels it. It subtly impacts and profoundly impacts.
Yes, you can bring it.
You need to tell me
And
before
every
I
person
leave.
you meet and every person
Canes,
you touch
canes, canes, canes,
has an
canes,
opportunity
canes.
to give you divine wisdom. When you're in flow, realize that that's the direction that you have to message from the other side
Caroline 02.
of yourself.
Start telling me ahead of time.
Some incredible
I did.
fantastical thing.
What are you talking about?
with Matthias de Stefano. It was a trip, right? We're like, and I really mean a trip. We were like hanging out. We went to the Vatican together. It was really fun.
It's a scene. Robert and Matthias walking to the Vatican.
I know, right? It's like should be a joke. Getting him a joke.
What are you talking about? I did.
And we're just hanging out, and afterwards, I gave the speech to the board. The reason why I did it was because it's in line with what I've just been saying to you. It's like if you flip the question and say, who should listen to what you have to say, right? Or who would you listen to? What would be the time that you wouldn't listen to someone? And for me, my answer should always be, I'm always open. Because everything that comes into my field might actually be a message from my higher self. So I should always be open to listen. So therefore, if I'm always open to listen, should I always be open to listen? It goes back to also smart about what you're doing. And that's understand. So I had to tailor my conversation to those things. But it was still the same message of love. And that afternoon, so Matthias is like, hey, I want to go to this place. We kind of mapped all these places. I want to go to this place. I feel like it's like this crazy scavenger hunt type of thing. And we're waiting for signs. And this is what it's really like. I'm not kidding.
It's so funny. I mean, just the camera's on this. It's like the whole weekend.
Same family stuff I was getting out of that friends. And Miami, we ended up meeting with materialistic. Brilliant guy. And just a very, very deep scientific and spiritual conversation as well. But incredible time. On my last trip, I knew I was going to cities that all have so I got to visit 3 of the 4 outlets outside. And this is what you're writing where you're following these clues. And life is really fun, and it's very loving. And I think that's such a my own experience, my past as well. Powerful shift and
Albert is understood.
and they built a system. Scientists understanding this. some relationship, they just no relationship. And they both comply with the umbrella. So that means that the distance that you are from the nuclear explosion will define how much Geiger, right? How many Geigers of radiation you're going to take into your physiology. By the same token, if you're close to Earth, the gravitational pull it. If you're farther from it, it's going to be an inverse square of the distance that you are from the Earth. So much energy pull force that will be on you. So what they did is they actually had a light bulb, the light bulb, this generator that was about a half a mile away, almost half a mile. Not have electricity in shortwave radio, short amplitude. So AM band radio, basically have it go through AM. Now the reason why I was there is because I want to figure out how to make sure that people that aren't supposed to be able to have free access to it, right, wouldn't immediately just have free access to it. The project was talking about any electricity. Fascinating stuff. How to make it so it's not our square. Broadcast electricity wirelessly. That's a cool concept. You can be talking on your cell phone. That's wild. It's totally safe. It's totally safe. Of course, this technology was around before, but it was suppressed. Make sure that nobody can access this, right? And there's ways you can do it through photography. It has to be processed. So, but the point on the vibrations is everything has this vibration. That's why they got it. Because they wanted me to apply precise temperature. Of radio so that it's totally coherent geometric. Because there are a lot of things as a scientist that are well known as problems. Not science. It's not. Each company's taking perspective right from and we're only going to use the right wavelengths. Thermobiology. So this idea of precise temperature tuning and 432 hertz tuning, it's all geometric. And eventually probably some sort of like vibrant. That's right. So that's another idea of meditation. So, yes, so basically, vibration is a very important pair of how the geometry is affected because the vibration that we hear in sound is really just a different expression of the mathematics that's the abstract form, right? Or sound music is just the way that we enjoy geometry.
It's cool seeing this in cymatics, and then also how sound reveals the inherent geometry that is operating, at a deeper substrate. Is really also some sense tuning. Maybe see it's watching this on Spotify as well. Now you can see we put up on screen when have two resonant tuning forks at 432, right? You hit it and then you ball hit and bounces off together. It's like the same thing that's happening with us and everyone.
And I think I had that going for energy myself, right? Because like I have the singing bowls, and one of them was a singing bowl that it's actually one that I got in. It was a Tibetan singing bowl that I got in. And I went back to my office and I started playing singing bowl, and I noticed that it was a B note. Sympathetic resonating with it, so they started ringing harmony. My office just that type of technology, one solution I know of. And this is all
then start resonating and vibrating with those songs. Possible. We are vibrational beings, and the same thing happens when we put out a thought charged by our emotion and then become a magnet to attract that very same vibration in another different manifestation. Very cool stuff, and another rabbit hole. Why does that we are all on the same poles are on the same spectrum.
things that people describe identical to each other. So that's a precept of the Kybalion, right? That opposites are identical and only differ in their degree. So let me give you some examples. Identical in nature, exactly. Identical in nature, just differing in degree. So when you think of it in that sense, let me give you some brass tacks kind of examples. So I was flying back from 2010. I was there. Flying for his money. He had just been on a 5-year Vipassana, right? So 5 years of vow of silence. I said, what you learned while you're He's a man of few words, right? Man of few words. And so I started contemplating. Flying back. And I took out my opposites. You start thinking about intimate relationships. Love. It's tough. It's the opposite. Fear. Is it hate? Is it fear? What is it, right? Because I realized that was kind of different, but there's something. But then that's profound in itself. So then you start going down the other list of things. Maybe like fascist, communist, right? You go down the list and start to describe each of these different things. Humility, arrogance. Some of them are pretty easy. But then I started realizing, I'm like, well, how could I apply this concept of being, these two things are identical in nature, but only differing in degrees? And in the case of humility and arrogance, it actually was easy. Because I had come across in my lifetime so many people. All they did was judge other people's arrogance, and the people that were always judging other people's arrogance were the most arrogant people I knew. So I'm like, wait a minute. Is it possible to become arrogant in your humility? Yeah, it's called pious.
That's self-righteousness.
Self-righteousness. Exactly. And I started thinking about communism. We talked about this last time. Communism and fascism. One example of a communist that actually turned out to be fascist. And so I started realizing that literally I wasn't able to identify even one thing, besides love, that wasn't identical in nature, only differing in degree from its opposite. And to me that was profound, because that was the beginning of the unlearning process. As Yoda says, right, in Empire Strikes Back, Master Skywalker, you must unlearn what you have learned. Because he'd gotten into all these belief systems. Tried to get the X-Fighter, X-Wing out of the swamp, and he couldn't do it, and then Yoda just does it easily. He's like, I can't believe it. He goes, that is my fault. It's exactly that concept. We create these mental prisons, right? It's like a mental jail cell for ourselves. See this studies. I saw something where kind of like that inside of me. What is our realm of
We hang on and attach to our once subjective perspective without realizing that it is on that grander spectrum of something that is identical in nature, right? And so we can have this close identification with one perspective on life, and the power of this principle and understanding how it works is that perspectives. And then you can stop with these concepts.
I was always thinking all the time that I would accumulate more and more facts, and facts that would be knowledge. Then at a certain point, I would crisis of time. I realized that what I was actually like that was the solution. I started realizing all the perception that I could accumulate facts fairly fast, and so now I needed longer sense. Question everything. And that's when I went back to mathematics and I said, my objective reality no longer makes sense to me. So I need to reconstruct my objective reality through math. Is 1 + 1 really equal 2, or is that something that I can't do? I literally went to that level, and as a result, within a few years, I started publishing papers on mathematics because I looked at math from an entirely fresh perspective, like it was laying So just as language, it's like there's a word, it doesn't have to have an observation of judgment associated or attached to it. It's just a word. When you start looking at the world around you as just words, as just impressions, and without attaching a judgment to it, because resisting that attachment of a judgment right away is what will bring you the highest. That's why can't quite grasp the notion yet. Joseph. Visit it, you're like, that's what life is. Time and our perception. So that's that's part of the beauty of life. It's a surprise. Well,
Yeah, Monty said she can come to your birthday. She was excited that you invited her. And she loves you. Like, really, really loves you. For everything you've done for me. I don't think I was supposed to tell you that. I think she's gonna cook.
I wish he was a manager. I feel like he could probably do stuff.
I don't know why people fucking pair me with you. I don't like that. It's not your fault though. But like, no, like, let's pause this video. Like, for example, they were talking about you today, but they said we. I don't care about me, motherfucker.
Well,
Yeah, you're my ride, but that doesn't mean that they gotta. You're my ride, and we are close, but we're individuals.
yes, I know. They didn't say like me and Q.
What'd they say?
Said, do you know why this is often? And I said because I'm always late. They said why you late.
Oh, well, hold on. Wait, do you know why this is what?
Why I'm always late.
No, wait, how did it start?
They were showing me my progress.
Okay.
And it was shows up on time, in uniform, get ready to give 100%. That was on often. And
Oh, why it's on often? Okay, I didn't know you said that way.
yeah.
Okay.
And Vince was like, do you know why this is on often? I said, because I'm always late. He said, why are you always late?
Yeah, he was trying to say that I'm the reason you're late. Yeah, I know.
And then I was explaining to him that, you know, we can learn a little better. Like, instead of 45 minutes late, it's been like 15 minutes late. Yeah. It was like, that's when it was like, how often, like, can you guys keep that consistent? Like, we can do better. Like, yeah. I understand.
Yeah, I gotta get a bike so that you aren't late. Cause yeah, he's throwing. I think he said that to me too, but he said to you more than he said to me. That I'm bringing you down, pretty much.
realizing your true vibrancy.
And Miss Misha was like, you just have to learn. If he's not ready, you gotta beat him.
Yeah, I'll bring you down. That's the thing they're trying to tell you.
Recognize the pendulum is swinging in reality. And,
I don't want to think of it like that.
That's how I feel about it. But
I don't want to think of it like that.
I know, yeah, I'm not telling you to think about it like that. I don't think I'm bringing you down, but I know that's how they feel. Yeah.
You just have to work on getting me off.
Yeah.
And they want me there tomorrow at
For what?
to do a casada.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. So what else did they say? Is that the only problem they said you had? Or did they link any more to me?
No, that was all with you. Everything else was on me. Like,
What else? Because you said that was all they said. So
with you, yes. You said.
I said, was that the only problem they had with you?
And then right after you said, link to me. You. Link to you.
Okay, what other problems did they have with you?
There are times where I can help out more, like up front. They kind of feel like I just stand there whenever we're not busy. I'm not making myself busy. And I kind of have to work on being more confident in my confidence.
I could agree with the last two. Who knows? I'm not up front with you, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, like, cause like whenever I'm just standing there in the front counter, it's because everything's done. My lobby's clean and everything, but then
Everything is
like,
never done.
Yeah, and then it's like, is lobby really perfect lobby? Yada yada.
Yeah, as always. Unfortunately, in the workplace, there's always something to do.
What else did they say?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you be late for me anymore. If I'm not ready. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes, like, it's like, I wouldn't say it's 50-50.
I would.
Yeah, but they don't know that. And they don't have to. It's whatever.
I said
No.
it's not always Q. I was like, there are times where I wake up late. You know.
And what they say? Didn't believe it, right?
But, you know.
What they say?
They were just okay, you know, but it didn't sound believable, I guess. But, you know, it's not all you. And they said nothing is promised, so I'll just work hard, and if I get it, then I get it.
You'll get it. Because I know how to get you to get it. Now, who else are you competing with? That's the question.
Crystal.
Crystal's already getting it, though, right? That's what I was told. That's what she told me. She said her training starts tomorrow. I don't know. You got a binder?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they also told me nothing is promised.
Oh, well, nothing's promised with either of you then. Oh, well, you competing with Crystal. You'll be fine. I mean, I don't know if y'all competing. Figured that both you got you some milk too, right?
Huh?
Told you get you some milk.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's the main reason why I went to the store.
So whose milk is this?
Yours.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't say you're competing.
I'd say we're building up to get to that spot, and whoever gets it gets it.
I don't know.
Or maybe both of us might.
Okay, wait, because that would imply that there can only be one. Did they say it can only be one?
No.
Because I was under the impression there could only be one until Crystal came out the office with a binder. They tried to give me a binder, I'm not taking it.
They said that you have a hippo, but
Motherfucker, you know how old that hippo is?
how old?
That shit is old. I've been every few months they hit me with that shit. Yeah, I know, because I'm always late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same old story. story's about a year old.
I mean, my hippo's been.
Fucking Hunter said I was. Me and Kirby were like the first two thoughts. But Ben said they can't give it to me because I'm always late. And I am always late. That's fine. I'm not trying to get. That's not on my agenda right now. Let they give it to me, they give it to me. But I'm not about to go for that. Let one of them two get it first. That's exactly what I'm gonna say. Y'all feel like I'm always holding the bag? Let them get it.
I personally don't think you're holding me
I
back.
know.
Yeah.
I know, you just said.
I know, but I'm just saying, like.
I know. I don't think I'm holding you back either. For me to think that, it would be speaking it into existence. I truly don't think I'm holding you back.
Miss Misha seems excited for me. I was telling her about it, and she was like, about time. Thank you.
You told him what I told you to tell him?
Yes.
Good.
And Vince just smiled and gave me a high five.
Little did Vince know. I was working behind the scenes. Still as hell to me.
I knew it came out a little too quick. And like, as soon as I sat down, 1 minute, 30 seconds later, I was there. I was like,
Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine.
Did you do any tooth powder today?
I just refilled mine.
Did you for mine?
Mm-mm. I made a money one, but I'll make you one too. I was just trying to get this shit over with. I guess I'm gonna have to talk. So if they talk to y'all, why did they tell you I have a binder?
He was just saying that Q has a hippo too, but due to circumstances, they can't really move on with him or some shit like that because it's like because they were saying how this year they're trying to work on getting their hippo and stuff for everyone together and keep up with it. Because I did my hippo stuff all the way in like October, and they're just now moving on. But I feel like that's everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just trying to work on it, and they just mentioned you.
I just wish Amisha wasn't there when it happened.
She wasn't in the office.
Well, oh, she wasn't in office?
No.
Because you said you just have to learn to leave me.
Yeah, we were talking about it,
Mm.
but she wasn't in the office.
I'm pretty sure the managers think it'd be better if we split up. Like if we weren't working around each other. Because they probably think I control you. Like how Fabi tried to say it. He did the same thing with Imani. And Imani still thanks me to this day. Because she became a great manager. No one ever really knows the behind the scenes. They just judge the surface. And the people I'm training are always the victims. And I'm the monster. But they don't know. That's when you cry at work. Yeah. This is what it leads up to. So even though nothing's happened bad between us lately, it still is a stain on me. Which the way I look should not matter according to Vince. So I'm trying to work on that. It's what it is.
I hope they don't end up splitting us up. I really feel like I'm growing with your help.
I do too. Tremendously. Me and Mom was talking about that today. I'll be back. I'm eating.